Let's see. I think this will start recording.
Anything can happen on Halloween. Do you ever see that as a kid growing up, The Littlest Witch on Disney Channel?
No.
Tim Curry is like the king of the vampires.
Really? Your microphone went out. We're off to a great start. Nope, completely silent. It's a good chance to do this, though.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the weekly podcast sanctioned by the government of Wonderland. Swear words of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the podcast. All other swear words are restricted. Wonderland officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the podcast and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 2 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the podcast concludes. Blessed be our Wonderland leaders in America, a nation reborn. LIW The Twilight Zone review is now in effect.
Submitted for your approval. Bikini Bottom, teeming with life and many strange tales. The story you're about to see happened on one very weird and unusual day when the town crossed over into the tidal zone.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
Rosemary Moretti, oldest of 5 children, always responsible, always dependable. Time and dreams sacrificed to family and duty. Rosemary, soon to receive a gift of time, offered by one who can least afford it. A first fleeting glimpse into the Twilight Zone.
Welcome to LIW Twilight Zone Review, episode 398 for TZ85's 123B. Grace, no, I'm Phoenix West. Hopefully Dick's mic is working.
Mama, can you hear me?
There we go.
Okay, good. It works.
Was he reciting a poem?
All the time in the world for this dumb bitch who sings opera when opera is pretty much no one gives a shit. Why do we care about this episode? We really don't. It's filler. Good night, everybody.
Yes, it's end of the season, and we're here to just wrap it up.
Was this
Wonder why it only lasts 2 more?
Is this the end of the season? This is the 23rd episode?
123.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and this
I'm
episode...
going to be a Broadway star!
It's part B, the first part being the remake of Shadow Play.
Interesting. And we saw that one, didn't we?
We did. We watched the same night as the original Shadow Play.
Was that the one with...
Separate week.
Oh, that's right. It's the one where he's on trial and it's a dream.
Peter Coyote.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Really? This was the B-side? Oh, man, that's rough.
So, that... I mean, it wasn't as good as the original, but Shadow Play, the remake, is still a solid episode. It was fine.
Yeah, it was just
solid.
Then
you get this shit after.
This one just makes no fucking... Episode? I thought it was longer than that. I guess not.
Usually the B side is the short one if the first one's a real episode, but they're both full episodes.
Yeah, maybe it was an hour. Maybe it was because maybe season finale. It's an hour long. Maybe was that what they were trying to do?
No, there's one more after this.
What? There's 3.
There's 24 episodes this year. So.
Oh shit!
This is episode 23.
Oh my God!
I have no explanation as to why there's 2.
That's so bizarre.
2 full episodes together, but
Grace Note, the most pathetic episode of this series.
I have a few notes, and
there's not much to it.
My only real note is there's the real estate agent from Ghostbusters is in it. Plays her mom.
That's right.
That's
We'll
it.
take it. This place is great.
I was like, where do I know her from?
You're right. Yeah, I didn't even make that connection. You're totally right.
I want to pull her up.
Were you gonna show? Was that Ghostbusters?
No, this is,
Oh,
this is the mom. She's super irritating in this too. The mom.
she is. She's awful. Oh my God, stuff. We're here tonight. This
All right, here
place
she is.
should be condemned. This episode should be condemned.
If she needs anything before dinner. Oh, and look in on Mary. She's been restless all day.
Why is this handheld?
I don't know. God, this set looks like Remco built it.
How was your day? Oh, how do you think it was? I finished sewing that dress for Mrs. Cardinale, and all she could do was complain about the letter.
Oh, I'm an Italian
Hey.
stereotype. Oh,
All I kept
We're gonna
thinking
have
about in this whole
spaghetti and
episode was
meatballs.
the Nick Cage Cher movie,
Yes,
the Norman
Moonstruck.
Jewison Moonstruck. Yeah, that's all I could think about this entire episode.
Oh, I heard a good bit from Tom Segura, an old podcast episode where they talk about Nick Cage. They're talking about hosts of SNL, and he had like an opening line in the monologue, and they didn't record it because they thought it was just too offensive. So he said, "I just finished Moonstruck, which is cool because I got to see Cher's butt, and now I'm doing honeymoon in Vegas, where I get to see Sarah Jessica Parker's boobs constantly." So, and then they said, "Hey, well, actually, Nick, come here." He goes, "I think that might be offensive." He goes, "What do you mean?" And he goes, I like boobs. Funny, right? Boobs, butt. Yeah, it's funny. But think about this. Your cousin Sophia, would you like it? Sophia Coppola, would you like it if somebody said, "I got to see her boobs all day and it was great"? He goes, oh no, oh, that's awful. Oh my God, you must think I'm the worst human being on the planet. And he goes, no,
Bro.
He was like totally, he was like aghast at what he did. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." That's hilarious. If that story's true.
It's very blurry, but it's her.
Yeah, it's blurry as hell. No audio either. Wow.
That's why he's my second favorite.
That is her. That is her for sure. She Ghostbuster Realtor was in
It's like
this
right about the
episode.
same era. It's only 2 years after Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and that's as far as her career went.
She has the same hair.
Oh my God. Ooh. Fire my
So
agent.
Her name is Rhonda Gemignani.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
She was also in The Man Who Wasn't There.
Oh.
She was in a show called Charlie Grace. She was in the show episodes of she played Mrs. LeBlanc, so I'm guessing that's Matt's mom.
Wow.
She was on Just Shoot Me the whole time.
Was she?
Yeah.
She must have worked in The Office or something.
She just looked like she did every single sitcom there was. Who's the Boss?
How many what's her credit number?
61.
That's it? Well, I guess if you're on
Yeah.
Just Shoot Me.
For 100+ episodes, you're set. You don't really have to do much after that.
She was on Moonlighting.
Oh, there you go.
Moonstruck, Moonlighting. That's too close for me.
It's all one. It's all part of the plan. It's all a conspiracy. If I
First thing
say
was General Hospital. Why are we talking about her?
If I say a character actress is going to be Italian in this episode, nobody panics. She stars in a movie with Nick Cage. Everybody panics.
Everybody loses their mind.
Everybody loses their mind. It's fair. I believe in chaos. I believe in acting chaos. It's fair.
Nick Cage is an agent of chaos.
Nick Cage. He's a beautiful mind of chaos. He's still alive, and I'm dead. What the fuck?
Yeah, who would have thought that would have played out that way?
Yeah.
Well, drugs.
That'll do it. And the Olsen twins. Nick Cage stayed away from them. That's kept
Partly
them
because
alive.
he's decades older than them, but
That'll help. That'll help. I don't know. Their physicality, they might be just as old, if not older, than Nick Cage, just by physically speaking. Them like
You ever see that?
partying.
I'll pull it up. It's a picture of the Olsen twins, and it says the Olsen twins look like one of them knows how you will die, and the other one knows when. Perfect.
Oh God, that's funny. Oh man, yeah. So this episode is essentially a woman is a struggling opera singer, and her sister is sick.
It reminded me of the Simpsons episode. Oh God, there it is.
The Olsen twins look like one of them know how you die, and the other one knows when you die. Look at that; it's true. Ugh, they're creepy.
This one's clearly how. This one's clearly when. You can
It's
tell
so
this one looks kind of.
it's so weird that Elizabeth Olsen is like their younger sister, and she's like the hottest one.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
she,
Olsen
like,
is
got-
like, stunningly beautiful.
somehow with those two coming out, there's apparently a ton of nutrients left in that womb. so-
Apparently, yeah, they didn't malignant themselves.
God
Can you
damn.
imagine if the Olsen twins had like Kate? Was it Kate and Ashley? If Ashley came out of the back of her brain with little stick hands.
There's probably a third and fourth Olsen twin that we're just not aware of.
I rewatched *Malignant* the other day.
It's a great movie.
I had to show it to my friend who had never seen it, and I'm like, "You have no idea. You have to see." I just went like
kind of skimmed through it and got to the jailhouse scene, which is like the greatest scene in American history of horror.
Did you at least watch the opening scene?
Yes, I showed her
Okay.
the opening scene, and then I kind of fast forward. I wanted to show her the part where the woman falls through the roof of the house because it was so ridiculous. That's like
That was a James Wan scene.
oh
through
my
and through.
God. And again, I was watching. I'm just like, it's shot great. Like James Wan is a good director. He makes it look really interesting and fun.
He just
And
takes
it's
the
just-
stupidest script and makes it look interesting.
$40 million budget for *Malignant*. Go
So was-
figure.
That Dead Silence movie he did, stupidest script. I will watch it all the time.
It's one of the greatest films of all time.
And there's some scenes that are like the lighting and the atmosphere is there. Like this is
Yeah.
a legit movie, but it's like you can't take the script seriously ever.
I don't know how he gets away with it because any other like director would have been like in movie jail forever after Dead Silence, and then somehow he got out of it. He got Conjuring. He made him billions of dollars with the Conjuring movies and Aquaman, and so he's like, you know what? I made you guys like $4 billion. Can I do this stupid fucking script my wife wrote? I just want to make her happy. Okay, can I just do this really awful script she wrote, or is it genius?
She's an actress too.
By the way, she wrote the.
Oh yeah, what's she
part-
been in?
$1 billion I made you.
She was an Aquaman.
She's a fish person in Aquaman.
She voiced a fish as it went by in the background.
She's the major crab king, Duke thing.
She wasn't really there, but you know,
Spirit. She
her
wrote the
muse.
script.
She's my muse. How about that?
Yeah, that's it. She's my muse.
I'll put her in the thing. She's terrible in that movie.
Oh, she's horrible. She's a horrible writer. She's a horrible director. She's awful. Good for James
Her
Wan.
role. I didn't know it was his wife when I watched it, and I was like, two of her scenes went by, and I go, "Is she like the craft service lady?" Like, oh shit, our actress didn't show up. Yeah, Rhonda, whatever her name is. Yeah.
Rhonda, get over here.
Yeah. Oh, Detective Hawaii. Whatever that guy was. Canoa. What was his name?
Canola
Officer
oil.
Canoa. I only noticed because my wife's Hawaiian. Our family's Hawaiian,
Cannoli.
so.
Cannoli. I think it was more actually not Pacific Islander, but I think it was like Asian. More like Taiwan, Chinese, Asian.
Name was Hawaiian though.
Was it? Okay, maybe it was Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen guys from Hawaii that look like that. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah,
He's probably born in Hawaii.
his name was Kakoa Shaw. George Young.
I
He's
can
from
never
England.
make you.
I had no idea.
What? He's from England? Oh, fuck you! Fuck you!
This gets
Fuck
weirder
you.
and weirder the more you look into this.
Yeah, there is no such thing as borders anymore.
We're all one we're all one people now. If he's from England, Jesus Christ, I'm a fucking Japanese girl, geisha girl.
There's also a picture where it looks like they drew on a 6-pack for him.
Check this out. He almost looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt there.
A little bit.
Tiny bit. Just from that 1 second I saw. Which
He's a mixed race of Chinese and Greek.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh, Grace Note.
Oh, right. This episode of Opera.
There's the girl from what is that movie that she was in? Her big role, the Clint Eastwood movie, Pale Rider. The girl from Pale Rider is dying.
Is that who that was?
Yeah,
and God,
the older sister wants to be an opera star because apparently that's a huge thing in this family.
This Italian, this stereotypical. If I was Italian, I'd be offended by this episode. It's so stereotypical. Ah, she was crying for you all night long, and you were gone. What's the matter with you? Oh no, they massacred her. They massacred my boy. Whoa.
The only way that would have been better is if every voice was the same person and they just dubbed over everyone. What's the matter with you? Oh, Mama, stop yelling at me. I wouldn't get the cannolis. Oh, I love the cannolis, but your sister's dying. Oh, I know she's dying. This is one stream of nonstop talking.
Oh, God.
That'd be amazing. Where's the cannolis? You were going to bring cannolis. You didn't bring cannolis. Oh, come on. Oh.
Just a series of oh.
And then you get the sister in the background. Oh, I'm dying in here. Quiet down.
Cash over here. What the hell are you guys talking about? I thought tomato paste was supposed to prevent the cancer. Lycopene. God damn.
I would have loved it if it was more annoying because that would have given me something.
Oh, God. Real over the top. It was close, though. I don't know. It was pretty fucking close.
Just
to
the mom.
Only the mom. I thought the dad was kind of. The sister and the dad. Well, because the sister was just a terrible actress. The dying sister was terrible. And isn't High Plains Drifter and Pale Rider the same movie? They're very similar.
High Plains Drifter is that the one I watched?
Because High Plains Drifter is the one with Jeffrey Lewis. And then
which one has
Pale Rider, or is it Pale Rider reversed? Michael Moriarty.
Those two you get confused because they're the same fucking movie. She was in Pale Rider.
Pale Rider, okay.
Yeah.
Because he's the Reverend in one of them, and then he's just a no-name kind of ghost character in the. But he's basically a ghost in both movies.
He's playing basically a ghost that shoots people in both movies.
In Pale Rider, he's a preacher, comes to town, and then Chris Penn, his dad, owns the mine, and they're gonna. Michael Moriarty's in it.
That's Pale Rider, okay. Because I think, okay. Because High Plains Drifter is one with Jeffrey Lewis, and he goes, "Who are you?" And he just shoots him as he's burning the town down. I think I've seen both, but I don't remember because it's the same movie. I love them. I remember liking both of them.
So here's that girl.
I love his westerns. I think Clint Eastwood's westerns are great. Outlaw Josie Wells was awesome. I watched that for the first time this year.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
I had never watched it. I've never sat down to watch it. I watched all of his old movies.
It's probably my second favorite western. His after Unforgiven.
Yeah, no, I really liked a lot. I decided to watch old Clint Eastwood movies. I watched all the Dirty Harry movies. I watched Outlaw Josie Wells. I watched Blood Work, which was not very good. No, Blood Work. It wasn't Blood Work. I'm sorry, True Crime. True Crime. Yeah. That one's kind of silly.
Blood Work is great because Jeff Daniels is in it.
Jeff Daniels is the bad guy. Spoiler alert in Blood Work.
Yeah. And doesn't he shoot him on a boat?
Something like that. And then Clint Eastwood doesn't keep his shirt on in True Blood or
76 in those movies.
He's so ugly. It's so gross. It's like a melted man. It's like, okay,
I just realized he's probably literally 76 in Blood Work because that movie's 2000. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Blood Work's 2002 because I remember working the theater when it came out.
So
I'm 76. I want to show you my nipples. They're at your knees, Clint. We don't need to see that. I mean, you're good for you. You're in good shape, but you're still saggy. Like you still look like a melted candle. I'm sorry.
Him and Snoop Dogg must have the most consistent diet ever, because I've known who they both are my entire life, and they've never gained an ounce.
Yeah.
And they couldn't have more different lifestyles. Those two men.
What if it's all like Snoop Dogg's all scam? Like he never smokes. He's very health conscious. I drink green tea.
I don't smoke the herb. I put it in boiling hot water.
Are you recording this? No.
Oh.
All right. So yeah, I drink a lot of green tea.
Have you ever heard of the dietary vitamin D dietary? I don't know.
Or it's just like, you know what helps? Scientology.
Oh no!
L. Ron Hubbard is keeping me skinny.
Can I talk about the Jews? What? Who own all the banks? What?
Oh, this
double the GZ, double the Jew.
This episode reminds me of one of my favorite MST3K episodes, though. Soul Taker. She's running around the hospital.
Yeah, yes, you're right.
Only it goes nowhere. Like that movie,
Much
Soul Taker.
like Soul Taker, yeah.
Soul Taker has more of a plot. Plus, it has an
true.
Estevez.
It does have an Estevez. It does have a plot.
Has a hot lead who wrote it.
She's smart. She's a great actress. She writes her own stuff because no one would hire her because she wasn't very good at anything.
I'm glad she did all of that, and I begrudge her nothing because I love that movie.
We have a wonderful MST3K episode to enjoy forever.
We also got Robert Zadar.
Yes,
she did a good job with people on there.
Zepp was wrong, man. There's no stairway to heaven. Don't you ever say that.
Shut up. Zepp's never wrong.
Was there a short on that one, or was it just Soul Taker?
No, it's just Soul Taker.
Soul Taker's long enough to have it. Okay.
They did a lot less shorts later because they chose longer movies.
Yeah.
A lot of shorts in the Mike era.
I do enjoy the shorts, though. I do like their shorts. Yeah. They are fun.
They do a lot of shorts now in their live stuff. When I saw them live, they did. One of them was just shorts. It was just the whole thing was shorts, and the other one was like a movie, Christmas movie, and then shorts are before and after it.
When you say they live, are you talking about the Riff Tracks guys, or the Cinematic Titanic guys, or the
Riff Tracks? I've never seen the other ones.
Okay, yeah.
Riff Tracks has all my favorite guys from the show, so those three are my favorite guys.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. We should probably talk about this. Sister's dying. She goes in the hospital. The main sister shows up, and then you're going to be a famous opera singer. Everyone knows. I in the rest of the world who's not from Italian can name one opera singer.
Well, see if we can do it at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Pavarotti.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
Thank you.
That's the one opera singer we all know.
And is he dead?
Yeah, he just died, I think.
Did he die?
Within the last 2 years.
Aaron Carter died today.
Oh no!
Remember that guy from the aughts?
Yo, he's been going insane lately. Did he kill himself?
No, I don't know. I just said he was found dead this morning, so it was on the news.
Wow, Pavarotti died back in 2007.
Are you shitting me? It's that long ago?
No, yeah.
Holy shit!
I'm thinking I confused him with someone else, obviously, but Aaron Carter I didn't know died.
Yeah, well, he just died. That's brand new. That's brand new. Hot off the presses. Hot off the presses.
He started going insane in the last year, I want to say.
Now, are you thinking Machine Gun Kelly?
No.
Same person.
No. He's
all these people.
He has a bunch of videos and posts about how talented he is and how everyone's just jealous. I'm like, you made music 20 years ago. I forgot you existed.
So he was basically pretending to be Corey Feldman.
He was found in his bathtub. Corey Feldman does it in the most amusing, crazy way. Aaron Carter's is obnoxious.
Right.
Homicide detectives have been dispatched to the scene.
Homicide. Maybe he did commit suicide. Nobody gets found dead in the bathtub unless you're fucking the Doors lead singer. I think that's it.
Aaron
Anyone else?
Carter,
Anyone
crazy
who
lately.
Anybody that
All right,
dies in a bathtub is a suicide.
This is the shit I'm talking about. This is what he's been doing lately. Or, well, was doing.
Ew.
Yeah, he
See,
turned into one of these
that's-
guys.
He has a big side face tattoo. Look at that. Looks like he has some kind of skin disease. Wow, how sad.
But he did a bunch of interviews there where he's talking about like how everyone's jealous of him.
That's sad.
And
Delusional.
yeah, dude, just yeah. Anyway, I didn't know he died. Interesting.
Yeah, it's bringing up, let you know the pop culture still rings supreme on this show.
So she goes and she sings. She sees her. She goes to her own concert and still buys a ticket, even though
$25. $25 ticket. $25.
But they waste so much time because it's just there to fill time. Because she's like, "Can I just buy one ticket?" She's like, "Well, I have two for sale, but yeah, I guess that'll be fun." I'm like, "Why are we watching this? Buy the ticket already!" Holy shit!
They had this must have been a time pattern.
And she goes inside and sees herself, and then she comes back because her sister's dying, and she gets there.
Well, no,
just in time, right?
There was that one moment where because you can tell. The only thing that I liked about this episode was the moment where the door opens and there's nobody there, and the girl that's the singer seeing herself from the past into the future. I think is like knowingly she says, "No, leave it open." She doesn't say anything.
It makes me wonder, and it made me think of a different movie where I wish she was like, "This is the day," and she realizes this is the day she watches herself.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, that's what I like about time travel stuff. Is she's like, "Oh yeah, this is the time I spied on myself."
Yeah. No, she acknowledges that, I think, because she says, "Leave it open," and that's the only thing I liked about this episode was that like acknowledgement. I was like, "Oh, that's kind of neat," because you kind of put two and two together. But what would have been great is if she would have said, "You killed your sister!" Blows her head off. She was went insane. She was fucking crazy. You bitch.
She doesn't look happy. I don't know why this.
No, she does not.
She looks fucking miserable.
Yeah, she does. And her sister's there, her older sister or whatever, that sister that lived, which I didn't recognize at first. Like, is that her sister? I couldn't remember. I thought that was the mother. Just the mother's dead. The mother didn't make it to 1986.
There's a third sister?
Well, yeah, that's her in the room.
I didn't know there was a third sister.
Because she said, "I'm her sister." And then she says, "Oh, I have a name. My name's on there too." Yeah, your name's in there. Come on back here. So the actress, the opera star, knew to put her own name on there. So that was why she comes in the first place, which makes no sense because if she's just forget it. Why am I trying to figure this out?
I thought you were saying this woman right here is the third sister.
Yeah, it's the third sister.
Okay, so you are.
Yeah, no, yeah, I am. Because she says she's her sister. Because she looks at the picture, and then when she goes back to the hospital, she gets that medallion.
It's hard to believe that so much time has gone by.
Yeah.
Rosemary. Marie.
And then she runs back.
Rosemary, hurry up, or you're gonna be trapped in that time frame. I guess, and maybe. I don't know, because it doesn't make any sense anyway. Whatever.
It's kind of a remake of an original episode. But that one's... Yeah, there's an original episode, A World of Different... Which one is that?
Is it opera related?
No, it's actor related. He goes back and sees his old life and realizes it was kind of shitty. But it's like people tell him to stop living in the past. I don't know. It's kind of loosely
every
related.
Other Twilight Zone episode from the 50s.
Yeah.
Where a guy goes back in time to see his childhood and reminisce or go somewhere that doesn't exist.
This one starts with a guy watching out the window as his wife gets banged by the pool guy. And he's like, or about to get banged. And he's like,
a new episode?
And he goes back in time to see his first wife and he goes to the bar, and then they pretend like they're all actors because he's an actor, and they're like playing their roles, and they're like, "Why don't you get out?" Like they're shitty to him just to make him not to get out of that.
That's right. Yes,
I like that
yes.
episode.
I remember now. Yes, and they do it on purpose.
Yeah,
because they want him to go back to his own time. Dude. They know they know what's going on. They're trying to save him, so that's why they're cruel to him.
And you get the opposite one with that Night Gallery episode we watched, where they're
tearing down
Tim Riley's bar.
Right? Yeah.
Where that the original stuck there.
But then the original version was so fucking sad and pathetic that they said, Rod, maybe we want to change that ending to a little upbeat happiness, huh? Whatever, go fuck yourself.
Let's give this guy something.
He's fucking going to blow his brains out at the end of this episode, and so's half the audience. So we need to kind of jazz it up a bit, if you don't mind.
Rod's like, I don't give a shit about this show.
I'll be dead in 5 years. What do I fucking care?
We're done with this, right?
Yeah, I'm done. We made 30 minutes. That's fine.
It's a stupid. What does it have?
Episode sucked.
It's hard to rate because it has a 7 on IMDb, but I think it's mostly shadow play. I would give this one a 4.
I agree. 4 all the way. 4 all the way.
But I'm not going to lower my overall score because I really did enjoy the remake of Shadow Play, which is saying a lot because I was prejudging it because it's a remake of my favorite episode. But it's solid. I liked it.
Yeah.
Here's the outro though.
To live life fully, one should hear the melody the world makes. Pity those who stumble through their years without ever hearing the song. The greatest gift we can bestow on those we love is to help them hear it. One life ends, another begins, but the song of life fills the universe, even into the last, highest darkened balcony row in the Twilight Zone.
That is a long way to go for this segment. That's a long way to go.
She's an opera singer now in the Twilight Zone.
The new life of a woman who was already pursuing it earlier in the episode. So she just stuck with it, and she did pretty good for herself. So never give up.
Watch as a woman continues to do the thing she's already doing and then keeps doing it after her sister dies and has no impact in what she's currently doing.
Not at all. So why do we have to go back into? Why do we break the laws of physics to send her back in time to see herself sing in an opera where she's going to end up being there anyway with her own, based on her own talent and merit?
Her sister was given the option from the devil: live, or you can show your sister what she would be like if she was a pathetic opera singer and die.
I'm going to do that.
I'm that stupid.
Oh, devil, what are you doing here? Get out of my house. Oh, give me cannoli. I'll give him my soul for a good cannoli.
The devil would have me thinking if he showed up and was like, hey, free cannolis.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, Bart. Hey. I watched that one the other day. So Flanders? So it's the one you least expect.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, let's I guess, this one. Thank you.
Until next time, in the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Tick-tick-hot.
So long, citizens. Bye-bye. Grace
Night.
note. We're done with this podcast.
Grace note. Grace under fire note. I'm Grace under fire.
Is that your Rhett Butler impression?
It's my Brett Butler impression. Oh shit.
Saving it, and then we'll move on.
Fuck, I forgot what the next. Oh, the funeral. That's right. Oh god.
Change the background.
I think the funeral. Okay, I don't want to say anything yet.
Yeah. Wait. Gotta throw this up for this.
Oh yeah. Wow, 399 episodes, huh? Wow. 399 episodes?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And the thing can happen on Halloween. Kind of, jazz it up.
All right. And we're good. I forgot words. We're good.
Go! Go!
All right.
I'm Senator Featherman.
Let's hear a theme song, shall we?
Good night.
You're entering a realm which is unusual. Maybe it's magic or contains some kind of monster. The second one. Prepare to enter the scary door.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
There's a gremlin destroying the plane! You've got to believe me! Why should I believe you? You're Hitler! No!
I'm noticing that they can't handle the videos anymore on here. Are they freezing up for you a lot?
No, it looked fine to me.
Oh, what the hell? All right.
I had no issues.
Funeral home art, you might call it. Example, this item here. The somber silence of shrouds. The gray, unhappy light of a sunless...
Let's show the painting, because I don't want to show too much of Night Gallery, because we get shut down every time. There's the painting.
I like this painting.
Decent painting, yeah, good painting, which means...
It sucks.
Dawn. And a horse-drawn casket, very much in keeping with the motif of this place. The title of the painting, Funeral.
Funeral.
That's it. Just funeral. The funeral.
See, I almost wanted us to get the Band of Horses song, The Funeral, to play over this every time we mention the title. The funeral!
No idea.
I will go to the funeral! It starts off going, it's like really soft and ominous, and all of a sudden it goes, to the funeral! Something like that. If you have,
how about you do that?
I can't.
Every time we do a funeral, you cut it off.
Okay, all right, fine.
All right. I don't care. I just don't care about the Night Gallery or this episode.
It's a Richard Matheson episode, so does that give it some kind of credence?
No, it kind of drags it down because he's a good writer.
Yeah. Well, I can understand on paper this working. Like if this was a short story for like a magazine that he wrote, like I get that. It works on that level.
But the only thing that I liked about it was the end when after, well, I'll just say the end, we'll get to it, I guess. But this episode opens with a funeral director. Again, it's almost like the same fucking joke as the blood bank segment, 2 minutes short that they did, where it's like, I want to make a loan. I want to take a loan. I got sharp teeth.
Deposit.
Ah! Fuck you.
I want to make a withdrawal.
Fuck you.
Night Gallery will be right back.
Oh God.
Yeah,
people say the show is something special. And I think we're the only two guys, Adam, rest in peace included, and Frank.
Adam hated it worse than we did.
Who will tell you to your face, no, this show has so much problems, so many crappy segments that are just either outdated, boring, or like painfully unfunny, where you're just, or goofy. It's like that weird era where it's like when the Variety Hour show still existed, and this is like a Variety Hour show, just the only thing missing is a musical number. It's the same kind of humor, the same kind of like winking it off. Oh, da, 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 da. Like that shit. Like it's just
little stage play thing.
Yeah. It's like Jack Laird, and it's
Well, I do want to mention in this episode, Jack Laird plays Igor in this episode.
That's right. Holy shit. That's why I hated him immediately. Subconsciously, I knew that. I hated him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I do want to say though, as far as these comedic episodes go, it wasn't so unfunny it sucked. It was just stupid. But
Yeah.
knowing that it was written by Richard Matheson is probably the reason. It wasn't like, fucking come on. I was just like, all right, well, clearly he's scheduling his own funeral. Here, all right, yeah, there it is. All right.
Yeah.
And then the monsters start to show up, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's and it's good. Like the Wolfman part is goofy because like the Wolfman's there and he goes, "Roar, roar!" And the guy, somebody speaks for him. He has to be gone at 9:30. He has a dinner appointment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then he jumps out the window. But hey, they had a jump out window scene, which we have to put in the Twilight. So
I wrote window jump. That was the only
window
time I was
jump.
excited.
That was amazing. That was a good window jump.
I'll show that.
Yeah, that was
But I
good.
just want to say this episode does not help my hating Victorian furniture.
Oh yeah, this one's pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Jesus Christ. And I have to say, Werner Klemper as the vampire who wants to have his own funeral, he did fine. He was good in it. He was fun.
Both these guys are fine.
Yeah, the acting is
not the
fine.
actors.
Yeah.
That
turns
seems
into
to be Spirit Halloween line.
I would say that's the one good thing Night Guard does have. All the actors are always pretty good. There's never any bad acting except for maybe a minor here and there.
Oh, I hate this aesthetic so much. Everything about it. So much red in this show. Everything is always red.
If you walk into a hotel and it looks like a Nat Keller episode, or you can like faint, you can, like fall down and go shake in the corner.
Let's have red everything and gold trimmings and everything else.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, this chair in the bottom left of the screen makes me want to throw up. I hate it. You jerking off thinking about this?
Oh, absolutely.
I heard a
Oh, no. Oh, baby. Now
all right, so
I have to think of the witch that comes in.
Yeah, he's going to give him a ton of money.
This for me, Janie. Or whatever.
He has the bat. We forgot about the bat.
Yeah, he turns into a bat, which is like, ugh. That's such a fun. Well, I mean, I get it. It's a cliche.
Ugh.
It's supposed to be a cliche. It's a joke. I get it. It turns into a bat.
Why would you put the statue outside where it looks like it's staring in the window?
I don't know.
The bat was.
Oh, everything is wonderful. Thank you so much.
Oh, this is when
all his buddy. It's all his buddies come in. There, it's the Wolfman.
Right,
there's a couple of vampires.
Yeah, the Wolfman.
Wolfman Jack is here. A witch.
Again, I can't show too much.
And that witch is fucking annoying. Teen Wolf shows up. Michael J. Fox, Teen Wolf. This guy.
This creepy dude.
What? He kept calling him. What did he say? He keeps saying something to the curator.
Tasty.
It's like
that's like
I gotta have all my monster friends. Oh, and that weird pedophile in the bowler hat.
I think he's supposed to be oh god, what's his name from all those movies? Fritz Lang's M. He was in all the Dashiell Hammett movies. Why am I'm blanking on his name right now? He was born on the same day I was. Peter Lorre.
Yeah,
Peter Lorre.
Voice.
Yeah, he's trying to be Peter Lorre.
Peter Lorre.
I guess that's the only connection. I was like, is he trying to be Peter Lorre? Master, tasty. Like, oh God, what is this?
I don't understand the point of having an episode with all these creatures, and it's not an outright comedy, and the plot could have been wrapped up. It's a 14-minute little sketch, I'd call it. It feels like a really bad SNL sketch, and it doesn't go anywhere. It's fine, but why have all these monsters? Why do they keep doing this with these monsters? Where it's like the most generic version of the monsters that you know. Like, I wouldn't have been surprised if the fucking Mummy showed up.
Right.
Like, it's just all the horror movie classics.
I think that's kind of the point. I feel like this was written for a kids magazine in the 50s. Like, this is like if you get one of those science fiction magazines, and there's like a little short story. Yeah, it's just like all the ghouls and monsters of Universal show up for a funeral for a vampire, which is funny because he's the undead. He never had a funeral, so they're respecting his wishes to have a funeral. And
shit. Look at Jack Laird. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that
guy. Fuck that guy.
That's not what I think he would look like.
No, it's like
even with
like
the makeup,
Ross. Homeless
a little
Bob
bit.
Ross.
Yeah,
but it's like a Disney thing would do this, or like the movie Monster Squad, which is like kind of a movie for kids. Like, it's like but they keep doing it on this show, Witch's Feast, and it's
don't.
None of their horror episodes are actually horror, and when it is. Well, there's been like 5 solid episodes of this show.
Yes.
One of them was the Leslie Nielsen one.
Yes.
That one was solid.
Yeah.
And the rest, the other funeral director episode we watched was good. It was the first episode that we did for Gallery. That was a good one. There's probably some more. I don't remember any other.
Was Hell's part of the title of that one with Sean Astin's dad? John Astin, the one where he's a hippie and he goes to hell.
Oh,
hey,
God,
man, was it Hell's Parlor? Was that it? And that had all the furniture you hated too. Hey,
that
man,
was
you're hurting my groove here, man.
I don't remember what that was called.
I can't either.
I don't really want to remember either.
That's fine. It's fine. If anybody remembers, send me an email.
Yeah. Send it to dick@tzreview.com.
You'll never find it. Oh, someone sent an email? Oh, shit, I was kidding. But,
how did I get this?
Man.
It found its way to you.
I don't want this.
The funeral goes well. The Wolfman jumps through the window. He leaves. The witch freaks out because she gets booted from the funeral and starts a fire.
Yeah, she's a bitch. She's awful. She's ruining her friend's funeral. Like, I mean, of course, it's a woman. What do you expect? Ooh, controversial.
Are you
bashing women again? They just can't respect the dead.
I just want to see the Wolfman leave. I think it's right here.
Yeah, it's like he stands up and he howls and he jumps out the window. And then
I'll mute it until I get to it.
He went to his dinner party. Tasty. That fucking freak show.
It's just the worst episode, like visually.
Well, again, it's that fucking furniture. That that thick, heavy. I don't even know what to call it, like Victorian furniture, like antique Victorian style.
All right, I got the Wolfman. Wolfman Jack leaving.
I gotta go get some cocaine. Ow!
Dear brother, the memory of your arithmetical quintessence can only obsecrate petition.
Who said he had to go now for his dinner appointment?
Come.
There you go. That was it. That's
the highlight of the episode.
Highlight. That was it.
Right. That's all we got.
Witch starts a fire. He gets knocked unconscious. I thought he died, but cuts back to him in his office. Gets a bunch of money. He gets excited, and then some weird Star Trek ghost shows up. This fucking thing.
I didn't understand.
A friend recommended you.
You can see the strings.
I guess it's an alien, or is it a ghost of an alien? Like, I don't get it.
Is of no importance.
You can see the strings up here.
Well, sure. Ignore that.
Pay no attention.
Well, did you ever see Venture Brothers? That cartoon show?
No, I don't think so.
It's a great show, but there's an episode, I think it's first season, where there's a robot that's a observational robot, and every time they look at it, it goes, "Ignore me." So every time it's like, I am here simply for observation. Act as if I am not here. Act as if you cannot see me. And every time they look at it, goes, ignore me. It's like it's just a recurring joke throughout the whole thing. He just pops up and goes, ignore me. It goes like in the middle. It's so funny. And yeah, Venture Brothers is a show to watch. I think it was on HBO Max. I don't know if it's on there anymore.
I think I watched the first episode.
It's worth watching. It's a good show. It's funny. It's really funny. And it has its own mythology.
I like that, yeah.
It has it just goes on. I think that went for 7 or 8 seasons. And it's just like David Bowie is the leader of this like Assassins Guild, which is hilarious. And he's called, it's just every kind of pulp culture 70s, 80s references. It's just great. It's a great show. It's really funny. It's one of those. It's a gem. It's a gem of a show.
It kind of reminds me of what you're saying is Rick and Morty. They have one where there's a wedding and there's a cyborg and he goes up right in your face and he's like, "Do not look at me. I am a cyborg photographer."
Yeah,
just right in their face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take candid shots.
Yeah.
Do not look at me.
That's funny. Yeah, I need to watch Rick and Morty. That's a show that I didn't agree. I've seen like 2 or 3 episodes. I need to watch that show.
The more you watch it, the more it grows on you.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I just don't ever find time to just be like, oh, I'll put cartoons on. I don't know why I'm so reluctant to watch cartoons. Like even Pixar stuff. Like I'll watch it. When I watch it's good. It's just I don't go out of my way to watch anything animated. I don't know.
See, I do all the time.
We have kids.
No, I watched before I had kids.
By myself in a room.
American Dad and Archer and shows like that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I watch The Simpsons. Like I would watch those shows, but and some South Park and some Family Guy and all that. But
yeah,
American Dad I never really watched. I was out of the game by that point. I think I didn't have any skin in it. The Critic I like. I think The Critic was fun.
Critic is great.
That funny
show holds up.
Yeah, it was mid-90s. I mean, all the old shows like show you how old I am.
I'm amazed they're not going to bring The Critic back, or they haven't yet.
I am too. I'm really surprised by that. I wonder what happened there. They must have somebody pissed somebody off in that show because it would be prime time because they bring every fucking else thing back.
I think it'd be better now. Like as long as they don't fuck it up, it'd be better.
I think so too. It'd be funny
because they could tackle the internet and all that. And his son would be all grown up.
yeah, it'd be funny.
He could do the show with his son.
Yeah, and
as long as his boss is still alive.
Well, that's the problem. He's dead. Jack Napier is dead. He can't do the voice anymore.
Yeah, they got to do something with that.
Stephen Root. Stephen Root could do that voice.
Yeah, Stephen Root does anything or everything. He just loves the work. He's a worker.
He's a worker.
He'll show up and I'll be like, "Why is Stephen Root in this?" Like,
yeah,
so much stuff.
The last 20 Coen Brother movies, he shows up. It's like, oh shit, we forgot to cast Stephen. Hold on, we can't shoot yet. Go get him. I'm right here.
He's great in Oh Brother Where Art Thou, and he's just the blind.
He's the blind guy. I'm a Dapper Dan man, god damn it. Oh, son, you don't have to curse here. Oh, well, I think we're done with this episode, huh?
Yeah, fuck this. 2.
I agree.
No,
3.
3.
Well, I'll go 3
for
the
3
window.
For the window jump.
For the window, yeah, that's fine.
For the window, 3.
That works. That's fine.
But this was, oddly enough, giving it a lower rating, but I'd rather watch this 5 more times before I watch Grace Note again.
I would absolutely agree.
It just was stupid.
I'm not going to watch that again.
All right, let's get out of here. Until next time, in the meantime, I'm finished.
I think it.
Ouch! Oh, this is a good time to play this.
Tasty.
Should I play it or no?
Yes, play it.
Okay. I need to add it on here now.
Whatever it is, play it.
You know what it's going to be. What are we talking about?
Pat it out. Why
not? Where is it?
Uh-oh, you lost it.
I got to find it.
It's a bomb.
Oh, TJ hates Windows.
Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound.
Mr. Stout! Mr. Stout! Oh!
My way.
Mother,
Just like the picture shows. 1, 2, 3, 4.
because I'm going to go out and find one of those details. Now!
A dimension of sound.
Need to add it.
Great. So great. Love that.
I'll do a
so
second
much.
video.
So wonderful.
I'll add this to the list. All right, bye-bye. I just love so many of those noises they make before they jump out of the window.
That one bit where the chick trips on the TV wire or whatever. She falls through the window no matter what, because the window's right there. The telephone lines are right under the window. There's no way you can trip over that and fall through the window. She was beaming for that window.
Yeah.
So it's just like her tripping over that wire does not work. I'm sorry. You're going through that window regardless of that fucking wire.
Let's see if it's saved, and then we'll move on. And we're good. I forgot words.
We're prime time.
I love their windows, the window segments.
Mr. Sours! That was my favorite.
I saw you laughing real hard at that.
God, so great.
I almost didn't put it because I'm like, that's not a window.
Oh no,
but it counts.
Yeah, it counts.
But also, I kept the one where the guy's wife fell off the roof, and I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna keep that, I'll keep both because it's in the same vein.
Yeah.
All right,
You could almost do that. Twilight Zone hates women because they would get killed.
They're brutally murdered, or they're put away because they're crazy.
You just said I just hit record. You just said I could do a Twilight Zone video of Twilight Zone hates women.
Twilight Zone hates women because remember you have all the episodes where you're crazy. I'm gonna have the cops come and arrest you because you're a woman that's thinking with her mind. I'm gonna put you away. You're seeing things, and then
let's have you lay down and take some pills.
Take some pills. Shut up, woman. Or they get slapped, or they fall out a window, or they're the wife. Stop treating me like a retarded child. Like just all kinds of stuff.
And then the other episode with Shatner when he's on the plane, and has the patience of a saint. And he's still like, shut the fuck up,
you dumb bitch. I'm so sick of you.
No man deserves a woman that nice, and he's just like, shut the fuck up.
And that's probably Bill Shatner in real life with his ex-wives. All of them left me.
Go with for intro here. We're doing the next show. Oh, let's go classic here. This one.
You're traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and sound, but of mind. There's a signpost up ahead. Your next stop, dark territory.
Bordering in Wonderland, the Twilight Zone review.
This is Africa, 1943. War spits out its violence overhead, and the sandy graveyard swallows it up. Her name is King Knight, B-25 medium bomber, 12th Air Force.
On a hot, still morning, she took off from Tunisia to bomb the southern tip of Italy. An errant piece of flak tore a hole in a wing tank, and like a wounded bird, this is where she landed. Not to return on this day or any other day.
Oh. I guess I can turn it off.
I will say, though, rewatching this episode, the music is really good.
Yeah.
I like the score for this episode. It's very well done.
Well, they kind of had to do something to this one actor for the most of it. Is just one dude.
He got voiceover. He's thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I kind of appreciate the episodes where the guy talks to himself. I don't know if I like the voiceover ones. My God, what am I doing here? Huh. He just starts going crazy. But this guy's just like,
he does both. This guy does both.
He does both, yeah.
Yeah,
But
this is a good mix of both.
This one, I'd say it's not my favorite. I prefer the one with Rod Taylor, where it's the 4 pilots, and they keep going. Each one, every pilot disappears, and Rod Taylor's trying to figure out what's going on. And don't you remember it was Jimmy? It was only you 2 guys. No, you're wrong. And it's like
he vanishes.
It's a great. That's one of my top 10, if not top 5 episodes. That episode's really good. I just don't remember what it's called. I always forget. What
that is.
Which one is that?
There's so many early. First season had like 4 airplane episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Is that what we're doing? Because the last one we did was the other airplane episode.
No, this one is episode 400 of this show. Oh, welcome to LIW Review, episode 400.
Wow!
201 King 9 will not return Redux on Phoenix West.
Take it, scratching my back.
But this was Frank's first episode, which is why our background below you says, and then there was Frank. This is his first episode on the show.
And he's not here.
I thought it'd be fun to, yeah, exactly. I thought it'd be fun to do like a little 400, and he's just not here.
Way to go, Frank.
King Frank will not return.
No. King Frank will not return. No need for a Redux.
No, but this is the first one we did together, and yeah, it's a good episode. I don't think it's a great episode. I gave it a 6.
Right. I would agree. I think it's a 6 category.
It's a little too bland.
It's well acted. I mean, the guy's good in it, and you feel bad for him. Like it's just like it's another episode about guilt and about
war,
guilt that you can't change. War guilt. He should have been with his men, and he just for that reason he couldn't make that mission because he was sick or something. Something happened, and it wasn't his fault. That's what he said.
Like he chickened out, yeah.
No, yeah, I think it was like even doesn't Rod say he didn't at the end of the episode? Doesn't he say something like, or the doctor says he was in Italy or he was in Africa at the time, but he couldn't make the mission because X, Y, and Z. I think they give him
he basically says he wasn't there, and then this guy creates a reason why he wasn't there. I was too scared, but he just has survivor's remorse, survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
Which I can imagine that being a real thing. Like I obviously don't know much about it, but can you imagine if everyone in your family died while you were out at the store and you came back? You're like, I should have bet. Like, what the A, that you could have prevented it, and then B, you should be with them, and it's just unfair that they died and you're not. Like, I totally get that.
Right? Yeah.
So that part of it does work for me. I can't say it resonates. I almost said that. Clearly, it doesn't. But I understand that feeling. But it's just it's clearly it's a bottle episode.
Yes, it is.
It's just there to save money and put a show out. But they put a good enough script together that makes sense. And I like the episode. It's good. It's a good episode.
And they have that twist there where he's like looking in the sky, he sees modern jets.
Yeah.
Modern 1963 jets. And, what's this? What is it? What's going on here? And like in the hospital, they have his clothes and in his shoes are sand. He has a big, I mean, literally, the fucking shoe is full of sand, by the way. It's coming out. It like fills the clipboard with sand. It's like, Jesus Christ, guys. Put that much sand in your shoe?
Visually, I like this episode. Look at this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool shot. That's a poster.
Yeah. No, there's some good stuff in here.
And it's clearly like in the just outside LA, a few hours north of Vegas or something.
So
But
we all took Oscar and went out and shot
what's
this
that
episode.
movie from the 60s?
Fly of the Phoenix?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Kind of has that vibe to it.
A little bit, yeah. That's what I was thinking.
They remade it with
Dennis Quaid.
Dennis Quaid, and what was the secondary? Who was the second lead in that?
Oh God. Some Brit.
Giovanni Ribisi in that?
Probably. I don't have my
Look it up
phone
right
with me, so I can't look it up.
We're looking it up.
My phone is plugged and charged in the other room.
Original 1965, remake 2004.
Wow.
Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi is number 2. Okay, I was right.
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't believe I remember that.
Giovanni Ribisi was in every movie from 2000 to 1998 to 2009. Because I think Avatar is the last thing I remember him being in. I don't remember him being in anything else.
Gangster Squad.
What was
He
in
plays the
Gangster
radio
Squad?
guy. He's the first to die of the group.
Oh, really? Oh, God. I hate
Gangster
that
Squad is the most bland gangster movie I ever watched.
It's horrible, yeah.
And the cast is awesome. Like an amazing cast, and it's so bland. Like, how do you fuck this up?
It's the equivalent of, I would say that is when everything went to hell in Hollywood, that movie, because you have an amazing cast. Not one person is interesting. Not one character is dynamic. It is bland because they wanted it to be PG-13, and
Rated
they
R.
wanted it.
Rated R.
Is it rated R? Okay, well, whatever.
I'm looking at it right now.
It's barely rated R because I remember seeing it and be like, "This is R." Because
All right, listen to
barely
this
anything
cast.
in it.
Sean Penn is the bad guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone at the height of their powers, 2013.
Yep.
Giovanni Ribisi is number 4. Holt McCallany, the guy from Fight Club.
Yep.
Josh Brolin, right when
Yep.
he was really peaking there again. Kind of trails off from there, but there's a lot of other people that are.
I think Robert Patrick is in it.
Yeah, he is, but why isn't he listed here?
He's in it. I think he dies. I think he gets shot up in the end.
He does, but
yeah, he's only in half of it because he plays like an older.
Okay, here we go.
He plays
Robert
the older
Patrick,
gangster.
Nick Nolte, Michael Pena. Why is
Yes,
this?
there you
This is so out of order. Like,
IMDb
there's-
for
there's
you.
One more guy that was in this that was solid, but I'm trying to.
And who directed it? Because it was some director who came off of
Fleischer.
a big. He came off of something big, and then he just never recovered. This movie kind of destroyed
Anthony
him
Mackie.
forever.
That was the other one I was thinking of. I'm like,
Oh,
there's
Anthony
another
Mackie.
guy starting to come into his own at this time. What it
That's
was.
right. Yeah, Anthony Mackie.
But listen to that fucking cast. That's like a
yeah.
3 people, two, right? From Avengers movies and just a bunch like
Yeah.
A-listers out the ass in that movie.
Yeah.
And
it's
I watched it in a theater. And I'm like, oh, I'm so bored.
Yeah, it's so.
What was that movie
bland.
from like 2000, maybe earlier? Like Gangsterland. Nick. That one was like not a gangster one totally, but it was like
Hollywood
about a
Land.
murder.
Hollywood
No,
Land, the Superman movie.
No, I didn't see that.
That's a good movie. That's not a bad
The
movie.
one from the 90s. I thought Nick Nolte was in it as well.
Oh, Mulholland Falls.
Yes.
He's in that, and that's like I think Jennifer. Oh God, no! What's her name?
The one where they push her out the plane.
I don't.
The body
think I
they
ever
find
saw
is pushed out of a plane, and that's why they're
Was
trying to
it?
figure it out.
I don't think I ever
Yeah.
saw it, but I know what you're talking about. Nick Nolte's the
I finally
star.
watched it. I liked it, but it was also really bland. 96.
Was it? Okay.
That's Nick Nolte, Melanie Griffith, Jennifer Connelly, Chaz Palminteri, Michael Madsen, Chris Penn, Treat Williams, Daniel Baldwin, John
Jesus.
Malkovich, Kyle
Oh my
Chandler, Andrew McCarthy.
Jesus.
See what I mean? Same
That's a
fucking
fucking
idea.
That is a '90s cast right there. Holy shit!
But that the plot of the movie fit that cast. It was a better movie than Gangster Squad, and it shouldn't
Right.
have been. Gangster Squad should have been amazing.
Right. No, for sure. Yeah.
But it's
I
just weird
remember
that Nick
waiting to see it on HBO.
I'm so
It was on
excited for
HBO.
it.
It's
I'm
terrible.
obsessed with like 1930s, 1940s LA gangster stuff. I wrote a fucking book, and it was based in that thing. So I love that era, and I was just watching it. I'm like, fuck this. It's so boring.
Right. Yeah. Boring.
And I can't stand Ryan Gosling. I don't know what it's about him.
I don't have any issue with Ryan Gosling. I'm kind of surprised that people. He's not a box office hit. He's not a box office draw.
No.
All of his movies fail. He's never really had a hit ever.
He kind of just does what he wants at this point.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. I like.
He had one
his
hit
movies,
because the Nick Cassavetes movie.
Oh, Notebook.
That movie made a bunch of money.
Yeah, I mean that's the exception. Notebook.
Yeah, that they made a lot of money with that movie. After that, it's like some attempts and nothing. And I don't not like when he does little independent movies. I like him, but everyone's like, "Oh, Ryan," and I'm like, I don't get it. He looks like a little tiny Canadian kid. I don't see it. I don't get the attraction.
He acts like Sean Penn in his youth. Because if you watch
especially you watch that Drive.
Yes. Like you watch the one he did in the 80s with Madonna does the soundtrack at close range. That you could deep fake Ryan Gosling in that movie, it would be the same thing. You could do it. And I would say do it because Sean Penn's annoying and put Ryan Gosling in there and then get rid of Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio or whatever her name was. Deep fake her with I think Billy Lord could fit on her face. I don't know, put her face on that. Deep fake Billy Lord in that part.
Talking about Mary Stuart Masterson?
That's it.
Okay.
That's
like, who the fuck are you talking about?
Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio is another one.
You're talking about Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Mary Stuart Masterson. You're combining the two.
No, well, I think Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio made Marion in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, in the Abyss. She was in the Abyss as well. I want to say that's her name. Marie. I can't fucking say
Mary Elizabeth Monastrano.
Sure, that's it.
Mastrantonio.
Yeah, something like that. That's why she doesn't work anymore.
The Abyss
could have been.
I like The Abyss.
Yeah, this is good. She could have been in The Muse. Or that
we'll save this for Hollywood is Dead. All right, let's talk about TZ.
Yes.
I have no notes for this episode, by the way.
There's not much to tell. Again, we've already kind of went through it. It's very, it's just a typical Twilight Zone, a man dealing with his past, World War veteran. What? No screen sharing?
I didn't realize I was still screen sharing.
Oh, yeah. It's been like that for 12 minutes.
I know. I want that poster.
That image. But yeah, it's pretty much, your standard Twilight Zone episode. It is about a 7. I'd say it's a 7 on the scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, I already gave it a 6.
Okay. Yeah, 6, 7. Around that.
I can see going to 7. Like, fuck it. I'll go to 7.
I'll go to 7.
You're not wrong.
I like
good episode.
I like the fact that he's just like, I should have been with him and I wasn't. Oh, there's sand in my shoes.
I think when I was going through these the first time, it wasn't the first time I watched them, but I was reviewing them, and I'm realizing how many episodes, when you go in order, are about planes and someone losing their mind about the warplanes.
Yeah.
It starts to shift into boats, which I'll deal with planes all day. Boats, I don't give a fuck about boats. Well, if you die in the water, in the ocean, on a boat, you kind of deserve it. Stay out of the fucking ocean.
I had to travel across.
I don't like Jaws.
Yes. It's not my fault. I had to take a boat, okay? The plane, it couldn't do it. The Zeppelin didn't work.
Yeah. Eventually, I will go on a cruise. And if I die on that cruise, that's my fault. I'm saying it now. Don't be sad. Just be like, well, he's on a boat.
I tell you what, when you go on your cruise, they're fun. It's fun if you go with people that you like. Because you go.
No, I'm going with my family. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Where are you guys going on a cruise?
No, we're not we're talking about doing it when kids are old enough to.
Well, that's the thing.
Old enough to appreciate it.
Yeah. Prepared to be puked on.
Yeah,
because when you're on that ship, you're gonna puke. You gotta take Dramamine. You gotta it's weird. I'm telling you. The first 2 days on the boat, you feel weird the whole time. because you feel you're moving. It's just weird. It's a different sensation. It's weird. You have to get used to it. It takes about
weird?
2 days.
Since my second back surgery, I get car sick.
Really?
And I've never had that. Like, only if I'm the passenger. If I'm driving, no problem. If I'm the passenger, I'm like, yep. It's so weird. Like, my back surgery is throwing off a bunch of things. It's so weird how it affects you in ways you don't expect.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Well, then shit. If that's the case, yeah. I mean, you may want to.
Yeah, I said no. Then I realized a car's fucking me up. So that boat's.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's different. You don't think about it, and then you're like, "Oh shit, that's right. I'm on a boat."
Especially on a big
sea
cruise
legs.
ship, you're not thinking it's moving that much.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's hardly at the whim of the ocean.
But the food's always good, and it's kind of fun because like they have first run movies, and you can watch them in your room. It's kind of cool. Like all the movies that came out that year in theaters are always playing, so it's like a nice array of movies to watch if you get like bored.
Really?
Yeah, but the casino's fun. Like we used to go to the casino a lot and just hang out in the casino deck, and then dinner. You always went and had dinner. Because you get like they put you you could choose to go to the high-end dinner or you could go to the buffet. So there's always like the buffet or the high-end dinner. High-end dinner is pretty good. You get to sit like with the captain and all that shit, and like all the people that work out at the high-end officials are there, and you can talk to them.
More?
I don't think it does. I think it costs.
Why would I want to
same...
talk to the boat captain for like a Disney cruise?
That's just fun. Captain. And then I think, so it's going to be a Disney cruise. We did that in 1993. We went on a Disney cruise, Florida. We went to Disney World, Florida to Nassau to the Bahamas. And we did that. That was fun. And I puked my guts out because all I drank was fruit punch on the boat. And one day I was just like, all over my mom. She's right underneath me.
It made me laugh because I pictured you as a grown-up, 40 years old, drinking a bunch of punch. And I was like, oh, it's a 93.
I was 10. I was 10 years old. Not
I
quite
did the
11.
math after that.
Yeah, I was 10. Yeah,
I couldn't stop drinking the punch, man. I don't know what it was.
Oh, so great, bro. I ain't got no tequila in it or nothing. It was just fruit. It was just fruit punch. I
just
love
picture you as a hairy you. Just
can't
stop drinking the punch for some reason.
This gallon of punch is great. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm going to have with shrimp. That's all I'm going to eat. This trip is shrimp and fruit punch. And then puke my fucking guts out.
My face hurts from thinking about that.
That's funny. But the one thing that's cool, though, is when like we hit on the high seas and like you're going in really rough waters, like they tell you to stay inside the ship, don't go on the deck. And they have cameras where you can watch like the boat deck. It's like a fucking disaster movie. I mean, it's like waves pound that. You think you're going to sink. You're like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on out there? And the captain's like, don't worry, we will be fine. You're on the ship. You don't go outside. Just do not go outside. You will die. Don't go outside. And it's just
Our
like,
dinner tonight
God.
is by Chef Casey fucking Ryback.
It's good. It's Pesci Squaw. It's supposed to be cold.
Hey, I don't know why Tommy Lee Jones is here, but
he's
Gary Busey. Oh, fuck.
Okay, I'm trying to think of lines from that movie now.
We need a third Under Siege with. Oh my God! I was watching the football game. Did you see the one that was in London?
Oh,
my God, what was that?
Was it Tampa
It was
Bay?
one of the games. It might have been, but they cut, and it goes to. Here's the celebrities in the crowd, and it's like all these British people, and then it cuts to Steven Seagal, and he's got his fucking moo on. I can't not think of, like, I don't want to be one of those gross weirdos. I'll take the moo.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. Like, it's all I think about when I see him, because he's got this little robe, but it's like it doubles as a moo. It's just there to cover his massive gut.
I spent all last weekend watching this guy who made these shorts about all the Steven Seagal movies.
I think it's called Space Ice. He loves Van Damme. He hates Steven Seagal. So all the Steven Seagal movies he just bashes, and it's hilarious. And it shows him like he goes, in this movie, Steven Seagal can't even stand to fight. He sits the whole movie. And it just shows him doing his flapping, sitting down, and all he does is that. He kicks everybody's ass.
I watched that movie. But then again, you could be talking about 50 movies.
I think, it's about the last 50 movies he's done.
I watched a movie by myself on Lord of Wonderland on that show. And it was Steven Seagal. It would cut to him, and it was just him clearly sitting wherever he was, just sitting. And he was a sniper.
Yeah.
And he just sat there, and you just...
Was that the one with Craig Schiffer?
I don't know. I don't remember what it was called.
Oh.
It was like an episode 62 of whatever I did of that show. Let me look up the movie. But anyway, it doesn't matter. The point is, they kept cutting to him, and I'm like, he's just sitting there. No matter where he was, he's on a rooftop, and it's on a tripod because Lord help him if he has to lift that gun or carry it anytime.
I'm not going to carry this.
Aesthetic.
It's not happening. It's not happening. You seen that Tom Segura stuff, right?
No.
He talks on his podcast and on his stand-up. He always talks about Steven Seagal, and he goes, "I'm like obsessed with. I like to collect Steven Seagal stories." So he has everybody tell him if he has one, he tell him Steven Seagal, and they're fucking hilarious.
God,
and like he can't run.
That's
I guess
why I love Tom Segura so much.
He's so funny. He was just talking about.
I guess Tom Arnold told him a story where he was doing that movie with DMX, and Tom Arnold was in it.
Exit Wounds.
Exit Wounds. And he goes, there's a scene where they're on a boat and they have to block the scene.
And Steven Seagal basically says, "No, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to block this. We're going to shoot it. Let's just shoot. Let's roll." And they go, Steve, we kind of have to block it." He goes, "No, we're going to roll." And they get fine, whatever. And they're just like, whatever, we can't do this again. He fucking opens the door and falls into the water. And I guess Tom Arnold said he comes out of the water and his whole body is dripping black oil because his hair is jet black because he dyes it with shoe polish, and he's literally dripping oil. And it was the funniest shit ever.
So it keeps cutting to him.
Oh my god!
And this is the poster. He just sits there.
Yeah, this is Craig Schiffer. Yeah. And it ended up being
this is probably the movie that you're talking about, right?
This is the movie. Because he talks about he sits down the whole time, and at the end of the movie, he's not even a real character because they're trying to say Craig Schiffer was Steven Seagal, and it's just like, this movie makes no fucking sense.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious watching how little effort a man can give. And part of the reason I hate him so much is because he was born 2 years before my dad in Lansing, Michigan, where my dad was born. So my dad had like a lifelong obsession with the man. And he always put his movies on. I'm like, it was funny. Like I like some of his early movies, like in the late 80s, early 90s. It was a good movie. Like, good movies. But then it was just, now I'm just like, the man is out of his goddamn mind. He is what people think Nick Cage is.
Yes,
Nick Cage is not that.
And remember, he had
he had that reality show where he was a cop.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Where he was a cop in Florida, even though he's not a cop.
I guess he's a cop in. He goes, "I've been in police force for 25 years. I guess you know that. I've been a cop for 20 years." Tom Segura has a bit about it. He goes, Steven Seagal. He goes, "I watch TV, teaches you things like, did you know Steven Seagal's been a cop for 20 years in the small New Orleans town? The fuck? I didn't know that."
Look at this.
No. Above the Law 2? No way.
Is this the one where he has the handlebar mustache and the biker gang?
No. Above the Law. Above
or am I
the
thinking of the
Law.
Charlie Sheen one?
Yeah, that's the Charlie Sheen one, yeah.
Okay. What was his? Okay.
Alfred Justice, I think, is the one with... It was actually not a bad one where he's going after...
Henry Silva.
Oh, no, it's... Okay, I'm sorry. That's Alfred Justice. Okay.
Sharon Stone.
Above the Law is the one with William Forsythe. Anybody see Richie? That's actually not a bad
guy
movie.
who's somehow not De Niro or Al Pacino.
Oh my God!
How is this guy not Al Pacino? It's beyond me.
That's Al Pacino's stand-in, like for
Look at this.
all of his movies. When he's not working, I do my own movies. Wow, it's like nobody in that movie. Is that? Oh, that's Out for Justice, or that's Out for Justice. Yeah,
Above
that
the Law.
one's or Above the Law. I'm sorry. Out for Justice is the other one with William Forsythe.
See, and this is the problem with Steven Seagal. And the same thing with Van Damme. They have 14 movies with pretty much the same plot.
Yes.
I remember the one he did in like 91. I'm going to pull it up right now. What was that movie called? But he put a soda bottle, like a 2-liter bottle, over, and taped it to his gun.
Yeah. I think it's Fire Down Below. Fire Down Below.
On Deadly Ground?
Or On Deadly Ground. It's one of those. It's either,
I think it's On Deadly Ground, 94.
It might be On Deadly Ground, yeah.
This is where he does the...
Is that the one with Michael Caine?
Or Chris Christopherson? Those are the two villains.
I closed it. Steven Seagal, soda bottle, gun. I don't know what.
I'm going to shoot him with a soda bottle. That's why it's called silencer.
Remember
Remember
that movie that was actually fun and good? The Executive Decision with Kurt Russell?
When Steven Seagal dies in the first 20 minutes?
And that was... And Steven Seagal, he's like, I'm willing to do this. I'll die here. That's it.
Yeah.
He doesn't die in his movies. And he was like, all right, this is pretty funny. Yeah.
It was smart.
Like, I'm going to go get it. And he's like, sucked out of the air.
You will. Like, holy shit. They just killed fucking Seagal.
But that is
in
the
a
one
horrible,
with
horrible way.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
You get on that plane. Somebody had a problem with a fat boy, decided to take him out.
Speaking of planes.
Oh, yes.
He's freaking out in the desert.
Yes.
And the people keep appearing and they vanish.
We already graded it. It's done. We talked about the end.
I mean, at this point, he goes to the hospital and that's it. And they're staying in his shoe.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 7-6, 6-7.
Is this your first time watching this episode, or
no? I've seen it before. I've seen it because again, the titles always throw me off because I think it's gonna be something else. I've seen this episode. Okay, I always the titles always confuse me because a lot of them sound the same, or like the title infers something that another episode had in it.
Look at this! Every shot is like visually.
Oh, it's great! Oh, it's absolutely wonderful.
Beautiful looking episode. It's just
it's a good it's a good episode. It's good. It just shows you how much better fucking everything was 60 years ago.
They got swastikas on it.
Compared, because he fucking killed them. They blew him out of the fucking sky. Goddamn cowards. Fascists.
Who does he look like right here? There is an answer.
Oh, he did look like somebody, and I was like, oh my God, it's not him. He
looks like Tony Perkins. Looks like Anthony Perkins.
I was going to say June Ward or June Cleaver, or not Ward Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver.
Yeah,
a little bit. Oh, look at that. That's right.
Oh, naughty faces he does.
Oh no! Oh, nice Jersey boys. Bop bop boop da bop bop.
This is fascinating. Then we'll do this with this episode.
Yeah, too bad no one's watching this. You can watch all these wonderful facial acting. Look at that. That looks like Dick Van Dyke.
He does.
He's Dick Van Dyke right there.
This guy could be anybody in 1965 Hollywood.
This guy looks like some character actor.
Yeah. He looks like a Bond villain.
He does. He looks like one of those swastikas they shot down on the plane.
It's a good example of the kind of hit you with a twist, and then but there's another bigger twist coming.
Right, yeah.
You think it's just, the guy lost his mind, but then it's like, there's really sand in his shoes. It's like a urban legend type of story almost.
Yeah.
Like the hook on the car.
He was transported to where the plane was because he was connected to the plane itself. And he was automatically, when they found the plane in modern time, he was set there, astro projected there because he was supposed to be there, and blah, blah, blah. He pulled a Star Wars Episode 7. Luke Skywalker on Crate gets astral projects himself and fights Kylo Ren.
He's too lazy to fly there.
He's too lazy to die like a real man.
All right, here's the outro. And I also want to show the cut to a plane boob.
It's sand.
Enigma buried in the sand. A question mark with broken wings that lies in silent grace as a marker in a desert shrine. Odd how the real consorts with the shadows, how the present fuses with the past. How does it happen? The question is on file in the silent desert. And the answer's waiting for us in the Twilight Zone.
Rod Serling, creator of Twilight Zone.
Rod Serling, the creator of Twilight Zone, will tell you about next week's story after this word from our alternate sponsor.
Next week's episode takes place in a curious cacophony of items in this antique store.
Here we go.
And now, Mr. Serling.
Inside this curio shop next week, from amidst this old-school rococo and some fusty, moth-eaten antiquary, will emerge a bottle. This one.
What?
From it will step a genie to give Mr. Luther Adler 4 wishes. But he'll discover, as will all of you, that there's an economics to magic.
That's the Hitler one, wasn't it?
He'll discover how fucking boring it is.
High cost of wishing. Next week, a most intriguing tale, The Man in the Bottle. Thank you.
Is this the one where he goes, I'm in the bunker, I'm Hitler? That's the episode. Isn't it?
Yes. Because here's the picture from...
Yeah. Because he keeps...
let's play the video.
They give him 4 wishes because they always fuck up the first 3, and they need a wish to get him out of all the 3 wishes.
Why don't you give me a name?
Nope, different one.
That's a good one. That's a
I
good
have multiple
episode.
files labeled Hitler.
Anyone come me? Can't be voted out of office. I'm Hitler. I'm in a bunker. It's the end of the war.
You're not Hitler. You're not Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, exactly. This episode was directed by Buzz Kulig as well.
Did you do the other Hitler one?
He did a lot of episodes.
Did he?
We talk about him frequently enough.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, the Dennis Hopper. Yeah, Seagal did it quite a bit. But the Dennis Hopper one, is that a 4th season episode or is that 5th season?
Yes, 4th season. He's alive.
Yeah.
With an hour.
Yeah, I was going to say that's an hour one.
Why don't you give me a name and a face?
That looks just like Hitler. Yeah, looks like. Ooh, I escaped the war. Goodbye. I get these little checks from Hollywood to guest star in little episodes. I killed millions of people. I kept the mustache.
Right,
nobody questions it.
Let's get out of here.
All right.
I'm glad we did a revisit, even though we barely talked about it.
Yes.
The Redux episodes are what they are. If you're looking for a classic discussion of this, go back to the original episode.
Yeah, and I forgot the when I was putting this episode on, I kept singing to myself, King 9 nothing. I was singing that Metallica song.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Alternative.
Where's your crown, King 9 nothing?
King 9 run our return.
Got a metal tent playing nothing.
It all crushes down. There's nothing around. You just want one thing.
That's right.
Just to play the king. Dick, and your castle crumbles.
And you left without a thing. Where's your crown? King 9 will not return.
All right. Well, usually we're getting musical references of the Twilight Zone inside Nine Inch Nails songs because Trent Reznor names a lot of songs after Twilight Zone episodes.
Does he really? Oh,
Where's everybody?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Is everybody?
Interesting.
I have to look it up. There's a few of them.
Yeah.
The other ones are
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, check it out. Look, go through the song titles, and you go, "Oh, yeah." There's like 6 of them.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Trying to think of another one that's right off the top of my head, but
Starfuckers Incorporated.
Yeah, Starfuckers Incorporated. It wasn't about Courtney Love. It was actually about a
Twilight episode. Train to Willoughby.
I could look it up, but
Willoughby Incorporated. I got lost on the train when I fell asleep. I keep going back to Willoughby. Let me get to retreat. It's back in time when I go to sleep. When I wake up, it's modern day and I don't want to go to work. I'm quiet quitting before it was a thing. Yeah, I'm trying to jump off this train to get to Willoughby. Willoughby.
Let's see. I'm looking through his songs here.
That's it. Yeah, that's a good point. That's interesting. Now I'm kind of curious, like what other I'm sure bands do that. They have to reference Twilight Zone. I'm sure quite a lot do.
Where is Everybody's really obvious.
Yes, it is. I didn't realize that.
There's another one after that. What the fuck was it?
It's the Left and the Right of the Fragile CD, or
I think it's after. I'm looking at year 0. It might be on that. Now I'm curious. No.
I'm trying to think of other songs. I'm drawing a blank.
There's a few of them. I don't know why I can't think. I was search for it. 9 Inch Nails, Twilight Zone titles. There's a Reddit feed about this.
Of course there is.
Oh, the 4 of us are dying. There we go.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay.
There's more.
5 characters looking for an exit.
I have a weird history with 9 Inch Nails.
I like 9 Inch Nails. I'm a fan. I will say.
I wouldn't say I like. I say I love.
I love. Yeah, I would
they're my
say
top
yes.
10.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that.
I always have the question: do I rate them above Tool or not?
I would say yes.
You don't like Tool that much, though.
I'm not the biggest Tool. I like Perfect Circle more, I think.
Me too. I like Perfect Circle more.
I like Perfect Circle.
But
yes, more fun with Perfect.
Yeah, it's just not as fucking serious. But the songs are also half the length, and
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk about that some other time. Maybe we'll do that for our Hollywood is Dead, because I don't know what the fuck.
I don't know about that one. We'll figure something out. Maybe
I do want to mention calendar notes, so I don't have to keep pushing them back.
Oh yes, do it.
October 28th, 2020, LIW John Frankenheimer review show, which we haven't done in a while.
Wow,
we'll get to that next year.
Holy shit!
2020.
Wow.
11/1/2016, LIW Westworld review debuted.
Oh, canceled. Did you see that today?
No. Well, they said they're done after this season anyway.
HBO canceled it after season 4. That's done, so they're not coming back.
Yeah, that's not even a cancellation. They said they were done after that.
Was season 4 the last? I didn't watch it. Was that the last? Okay.
They said that's the last season they're doing.
Did it
all
end
right,
with a whimper?
11/8/2017 podcast debuted. A mistake that we did for way too long.
Wow.
And I don't want to go back to that show. We can't. We both pulled the plug. We're like, this is depressing as shit.
Wow.
Go check out the podcast. We listen to 3 podcasts of random topic and review them, and it's a fucking nightmare. It sucked. I'm so glad we don't do that show anymore.
Oh my god, it sounds terrible.
Let's get out of here. Until next time. In the meantime, I'm Phoenix West.
Dick Dickett.
So long, King Dickie.
Where's your crown?
Where's your podcast, King Dickery?
Where's your hood? Because you're circumcised.
Okay. That's how the podcast ends.
Okay, that works. Yeah, so Hollywood is Dead. I can't even think. We'll figure something out. But I gotta go to the other one.